Amadou Onana has put Arsenal and Chelsea on red alert by revealing he wants to join an international world club. The 22-year-old midfielder has been previously linked with moves to the Emirates Stadium and Stamford Bridge following impressive performances for Everton. Playing a key role in Sean Dyche's side, Onana featured 30 times in the Premier League this season, helping the Toffees escape relegation. Everton were deducted 6 points and then a further 2 points, following 2 separate breaches of the Profitability and Sustainability Rules, PSRs. Yet the Belgium international steered him to safety. Onana earned a call-up to the Belgium squad for his efforts, and he's hoping to play himself into the shop window at Euro 2024. Speaking to Dutch publication Het Laatste News ahead of the tournament this summer, he outlined his desire to perform on the international stage. At previous tournaments you have seen that the players who did well make the step up to the top clubs, said Onana, as quoted by the Evening Standard. That's something I strive for. I feel like presenting myself to the European top and showing what I have to offer. This European Championship is a stage. Then, in an interview with German newspaper Hamburger Abendblatt, the Everton midfielder revealed his 2 career goals, saying, "I want to be a much better player. And my goal is to play for an international world club in 3 years. I also want to have qualified with Belgium for the 2026 World Cup, in America in 3 years. I dream about that, and I will do everything I can to make these dreams come true too. I have to and will answer this very professionally. I'm under contract with Everton, and I'll leave everything else to the media. I'll just do my best at the European Championships and then we'll see." In January, Football London understood that Arsenal were exploring a potential deal to sign Onana, with Mikel Arteta keen to bolster his options in the middle of the park. Despite hopes of strengthening his squad over the festive period, the Gunners didn't welcome any new faces to London Coney. Chelsea could be set for a nice windfall ahead of new manager Enzo Maresca's first summer transfer window after this year's 2024 UEFA European Championships, which kicks off next week in Germany. The Blues have seen 5 of their stars selected for the tournament by their respective nations, with Cole Palmer and Conor Gallagher announced earlier this week as part of Gareth Southgate's 26-man England squad. Mikhailo Mudryk was selected by Ukraine, whilst defender Mark Cucurella and goalkeeper George Petrovic received call-ups from Spain and Serbia respectively. Because of this, Maresca's side will receive a slice of the revenue generated by the tournament from UEFA under what is known as the Club Benefits Programme. It's a scheme that has run during each major tournament since the 2018 World Cup, and acts as compensation for clubs that have their players elected during the summer. UEFA have already confirmed that the distribution system is unlikely to be very different to what it was during Euro 2020, meaning we can already get a good guess as to how much each club is likely to receive. Final details have yet to be confirmed, other than an announcement that the total amount paid to clubs for the finals would rise from €130 million to €140 million. The money each club will receive is paid as a fixed amount per player per day, with payments beginning 10 days before a team's first match at the finals and going on up until a day after they are eliminated. At Euro 2020, a Category 1 club like Chelsea received €8,700 per player per day. It means that with 5 players in the group stage of the tournament, the Blues will receive between £850,000 and £1.5 million, but could find themselves receiving more if those stars go further on into the tournament. For that to happen, England and Serbia would both need to get into the knockout stages, whilst Ukraine would have to finish either first or second in Group E, as they sit with Belgium, Slovakia and Romania. Spain are another of the pre-tournament favourites to go all the way and lift the trophy, and they'd only have to finish at the top or as runners-up of Group B, but their group has Italy, Albania and Croatia in what could be a very difficult first 3 matches for them. Following the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, which took place mid-season during the winter, the Blues earned £2.5 million after they had 12 players involved in the competition, but are set to receive a sum far less than that due to the smaller amount of players heading to Germany this time around. Still, any extra cash they can bring in will make the 44-year-old Chelsea boss life a bit easier as he begins to plan out what is sure to be a busy period of business at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are interested in a reunion with academy graduate Dominic Solanke, with the AFC Bournemouth striker linked to his former club after a stellar season. 19 goals in 38 Premier League matches last campaign for Solanke has left many clubs tracking the 26-year-old, but according to TalkSport, London duo Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur are the most keen on Cherry's talisman. Earlier in the week it was reported that Solanke's latest contract with Cherries, signed towards the start of the 2023-24 campaign, contains a release clause of £65 million that can only be activated by certain clubs. talkSPORT claim those clubs are those considered to make up the so-called Big Six in the Premier League, namely Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspur. The report also states that there is interest in Solanke from the continent, in particular Italy. Solanke spent over a decade in Chelsea's youth system, his one appearance for his boyhood club coming off the bench in the Champions League against Maribor in 2014. The striker then went on to join Liverpool, where he got his first proper taste of senior football, before joining Cherries for a reported £19 million in January 2019. Liverpool reportedly have a sell-on clause which will see 20% of any profit Cherries make if they were to sell Solanke. The Blues are expected to strengthen their squad in a number of positions after a disappointing campaign under Mauricio Pochettino. Chelsea finished 6th in the Premier League, and despite qualifying for the latter stages of the cup competitions, they failed to win any silverware. One of the positions that needs to be strengthened at Stamford Bridge is the striker position, and Chelsea have now been paired with Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke. The striker enjoyed a successful season in 2023-24 by scoring 19 Premier League goals. Journalist Dean Jones, while speaking on the Ranks FC Ultras podcast, has claimed that the Blues could look to sign Solanke. He said, "Another striker, Dominic Solanke, being spoken about in The Athletic. He has a release clause of £65 million in his contract, and it can only be activated by certain clubs. Interesting, that is. They say that Solanke is being tracked across this season, but his release clause is limited to a select group of sides and the identity of those teams is undisclosed. The transfer window is not officially open yet, but Chelsea have already got down to work. The Blues recently confirmed the signing of Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham on a free transfer. He will not be able to link up with the Chelsea first team until he turns 18, but the club also looks set to sign Palmeiras youngster Estevão Willian. BBC Sport reported last month that Chelsea had agreed an initial £29 million fee with Palmeiras for Estevão. However, the winger may not be the only Brazilian teenager who joins the Blues this summer. As things stand, it looks like Chelsea will get their hands on another talented Brazilian. According to us, Real Madrid are interested in Sport Recife defender Pedro Lima as they start to think about life after Dani Carvajal. However, the Spanish outlet also claims that Chelsea are in pole position to sign the right back in a potential blow to Real Madrid. The Blues snapping up Lima would come as no surprise, as they have really tapped into the Brazilian market recently. For example, last summer, Chelsea signed both David Washington and Angelo from Santos. Chelsea signing Lima this summer would get a lot of people thinking. The club's new transfer strategy has seen him target a lot of talented youngsters, so again, hearing that they're interested in Lima is not a shock. However, Chelsea have captain Reece James, 24, and Malo Gusto, 21, for the right-back role. As long as the former can stay fit, that is, the club set in that position for years. Of course, James has not been able to do that, so perhaps that is one reason why the Blues are looking at another right-back. It is either that or Chelsea just simply want to keep stockpiling talent. The Blues currently have the likes of Christopher Nkunku, Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling as options for the forward line.